Hi, and welcome to The Social Angle, a podcast that helps promo pros gain an edge in the social media realm. I'm Vinny, and on this episode, I am joined by Jimmy Coe, or Jimmy Capco as he calls himself, a New York City-based content creator, to talk about how to stand out with trending topics. Jimmy, welcome to The Social Angle, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, Vinny. Thanks for letting me be a part of your podcast. Definitely. Excited.
Absolutely. Actually, I'm excited too with St. Patrick's Day. And, I told you, hey, let's drink a beer. We got a beer here. I got a Guinness, proper Irish beer. You've got a Corona. I don't know what that's all about, but we're good here. So I'm going to take a sip, toast you. Thanks for being on my podcast. And we have a great topic. I'm really excited to talk about this one today because I noticed you month or so ago on TikTok doing some really great things. But before we get into the whole topic, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your business, and how you found yourself in the promo industry?
Yeah, definitely. So I go by James Coe, and I do have a name. I created this persona, the name Jimmy Capco, because I love caps so much. I started within the industry by working at FlexFit. I was in charge of all the blinks with FlexFit, so that's how I actually dived into the industry. From there, I went to Sportsman, and I was doing all the educational, informative stuff to all the distributors. So I was a part of the Sportsman team. From there to SNS, and ever since that, I just was in this promo game, and I just loved everything about it. I love making custom stuff. I love when people are able to just brand their images on all their any needs. It's like it's like a walking billboard. We have a walking billboard. You can see it. So that's why I actually love this industry, and I think I'll be in it for a long time.
Yeah, it's a really awesome industry, and I think a lot of people, it sounds like yourself, like me, you go into the industry, you don't even realize it's as big an industry as it is. It's so creative, it's fun. When I first started back in 2007, I was like, what am I getting myself into? Is this worth it? And then, a year in, I'm like, oh my God, there's just so much creativity. It's a great industry. It's fun, like you said.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really cool to, actually get to talk to you. Like I said earlier, I noticed your stuff, on TikTok first. I looked you up. I saw you on Instagram. You create a lot of videos based around trending topics. So I want to ask you, how do you keep up to date on what's hot on social media, and how long does it take for you to jump on a trend and create a video?
I think to answer that question, finding the right trend means that you have to be on your phone 24/7, just looking at these different type of videos. So for me, as building this content, I always try to put it two together. So for me, I love caps. So what content will relate within the cap world and makes it fun? So the content that I do create with the trends, it has to make me laugh, right? So I do jump on it pretty quick with the trends because I'm always on it, but I also put my own spice to it and things like that. So there's different ways to really to grow your trends is by following the discovery or the hashtags or different type of videos are being watched. So that's how I do, create those trends.
Yeah, I find that when you stay on trends, like when you see something trending on TikTok and you jump on that trend, when you start to see it, like you said, you got to be on your phone 24/7. Not really, not literally, but you got to be checking out, For You page stuff, and you got to make sure that you know what's going on, what's hot. If you jump on that trend as a business, chances are they're going to pick it up. Like it's going to kind of get that circulation because it's what's hot and what's new at the time. So I think, I've been seeing you do a lot of really cool stuff. You dance, you do duets, you do all this really fun stuff on TikTok, and I also see that you repurpose that content for Instagram as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So you're the star of most of your videos. I've probably watched way more videos than I should have, starring Jim Capco. Are you a natural in front of the camera, or did it take time to get used to?
I don't think I'm a natural, but I am a type of person who is like the class clown. I just love to entertain people. So this is an opportunity. The platform gave me an opportunity to actually just go all out. Like I love being in front of the camera, but if you ask me to be in front of a camera, I will shake and think too much, right? It's like if I'm doing an interview or whatever it is, it's like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to say? It's, you shake. But when
Right.
you're
Right.
on the TikTok platform, you're just like, you're having fun with it. So, my former employee, my boss was always like, just have fun with it, love it. That's it. And you get what you work for. So,
I'm the same way, and it's funny. I talk to a lot of people who do content, in videos. They're in front of the camera, and they seem like naturals. And I talk to them, and they have the same story. They're nervous. I was someone myself who the very first time I was in front of the camera, in fact, 5 years ago today, and I tell the story all the time. The very first live stream I did was on March 17th, 2017, and me and a few colleagues, we made grain beer on St. Patrick's Day. It was St. Patrick's Day of 2017, and we made green beer. And I was like, "What do I do? I don't know what to do in front of the camera." My boss said, "Just do anything." It was St. Patrick's Day. I made beer. We had a great time. And after that, I just kind of like realized, like, you know, if you just have fun, that should be one important thing that
mhm.
you do with social media. Even if it relates to business, try to have fun, be engaging, be lighthearted. If you drop something, you spill a water bottle. Hopefully, I don't spill my beer here. Like, it's all part of like real life. We can all relate to that. Um,
Yes.
and if you know what you're talking about, and this is, I think, the most important part. Like, you talk about hats, you're a big hat guy. If you know what you're talking about and you're in front of the camera, you should have no problem. Like, this is your business. This is what you do. Enjoy, have fun, and provide some value.
Mhm.
So I got to ask you, where do you get your dance moves from?
you know, I've always liked to dance. I don't think I'm the best dancer, but I try. When I was young, I was always go to all these dances. So I was raised in Utah, and we would have weekly dances, and I always loved being in the middle of the dance floor, just trying to get attention. So that's where I think I got it. I'm a little slower now, but
Yeah. And look, you don't have to be a great dancer to be on TikTok or
you
any other
definitely
social network. You just got to have fun, man, and just, show
exactly.
people that you're enjoying, doing what you're doing, and it'll pay off. Again,
Mhm.
I'm talking to Jimmy Capco. He is a content creator. It's St. Patrick's Day. We were talking about staying on trends, and we're also drinking beer. So, why not
Cheers.
grab a beer, join us, get in the comments, tell us what you're drinking or what you're going to drink later. If you have any comments or questions for Jimmy or myself, definitely drop them in the comments. Um, all right. So, like I said, many of your videos are funny, they're lighthearted, but also show off the caps that you sell. Has
Mhm.
this had any impact on sales?
I believe it did, and also I did get confirmation it does because I do have more brands offering me to wear their products within my videos. So not only that, it just gives that trend topics and people are viewing it. So it's the viewers, right? It's if when you see it, they'll think of it. So I do get a lot of requests, and I'm continuing to get more packages. I mean, this last couple of weeks, I had packages of caps all day long. I mean, I get caps like this all day long. I was like, come check it out. And I love it. So like my whole apartment's gonna be full of caps. I can make an apartment full of caps.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, look, like you said, like if you're doing what you love, it's going to show in
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing. And you sell hats and you love hats. So your enthusiasm, your approach to hats, every video you make pretty much, except for the one where you were lifting weights, like you're wearing a hat. And I'm like, this guy genuinely loves hats, and it shows in his videos.
Yes.
So let's talk about your nickname. Your name is James Coe,
Yes.
and you go by Jimmy Capco, and
Yes.
it's a very nice transition.
Mm-hmm.
You're a cap guy, Capco. Um, who gave you that name? Is that your nickname for yourself, or how did that evolve?
So my former employee, my boss, basically when I was working would call me Jimmy. It's all about Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy. So the Jimmy was embedded into my mind. So it's like, hey Jimmy, Jimmy. So then for me, I love caps. I mean, I live through caps. I every caps I see, I'm just so intrigued of how it's made and things like that. So I'm like, let's do Jimmy Cap Co. My last name is Co. So it's so catchy. So I was like, Jimmy Capco. And every person I told that it's Jimmy Capco, they're like, wow, your name is actually very catchy. I like it. And this is
Yeah,
where Jimmy Capco was born.
I love it. I love it. So we have a question from Mike Crimmings, and he asks, "What is your favorite cap or hat?"
Wow, that's a tough question. I mean, that is a tough question for a person who loves Cap. I personally love all of them. So I love dad caps, trucker caps, snapbacks. So it's very hard to really choose a cap because I can tell you that I wear it different ways, but I think I would wear more snapbacks,
Uh-huh.
more or less. Yeah. But dad bag is very simple. It's depending what I'm doing, right? For me, I feel like my outfit changed and the cap has to change. If I'm playing golf, I'll wear a simple dad cap or a
Okay.
simple mid rise. So
Yeah, nice. I like, I got the trucker hat on right now, but I'm also big with bucket hats. Like summertime, I'm in the sun a lot, so going out with family, kayaking and all, and um, even though my name is Vinny, I'm mostly Irish. I got the lighter skin, so I got to protect my skin. I like the bucket hats in the summertime, but during during the winter, you can always find me with a trucker hat on, especially when my hair is messy. I haven't showered, so got to throw that trucker hat on. Now I got to ask you this because do you have any hair? You let's see your hair.
you know what? That is the question everyone asks. Do you have hair? But here's a reveal. I have beautiful long
There you
hair.
go.
I actually have great hair.
You do have a look at that. Wow, you got a great head of hair there.
So a lot of people who sees me in Captain, they always ask, "Are you bald?" I'm like, "No, I'm not." Just have a full set of hair.
There you go. So you do have a lot of luscious hair underneath that
Mhm.
hat. That's good to know.
I do.
Um, all right, so let's talk about your go-to social media platforms I mentioned earlier. Instagram and TikTok, you're very bullish on those two platforms. Why are those networks so appealing to you? And do you use any other networks for your business?
So I personally, I think TikTok and Instagram is more the millennial right now. They're seeing it more and it's easier to use and maneuver through the platform. That's what I think because it's such a popular platform. I personally like TikTok because I'm able to do and dance and do different things. I do repost it through Instagram, but I feel like Instagram is more an informative site. Like you put pictures up and different things. I do notice the difference between the two is that there's certain things that's very trending in TikTok. It's not trending on Instagram. So that's what I
Hmm.
see on those two. So my go-to right now is TikTok. I feel like there's more base that you can show viewers products and different things. I think Instagram is right behind it. So I don't use Facebook. I'm trying to use more Facebook, but it's a little complicated. I think there's too much parts that you have to maneuver to actually use it. I heard people say it's a good platform as well. So yeah, I don't use Facebook. I'm gonna try to start using Facebook. I do use LinkedIn for more professional use.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, at this point, I feel like I'm just doing so much content. It's like I feel like LinkedIn is not a very big platform for me to go into. But if you want to know more about my past life of working, which company I worked for, it's a
Right.
better platform to sit on.
For sure. And I think Facebook is challenged, especially for business pages. If you're posting content on a Facebook business page, you're not going to get the reach that you got 10 years ago. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook has changed the algorithms so that they favor personal accounts. And this kind of transitions well to our next question because you create social content for companies, and I've seen like Sportsman, Cap and Bag, but you get most of your engagement from your personal accounts. Do you feel that creating a separate account for content creators and influencers is an effective strategy for business?
I do believe so. I believe as an individual who's influencing will have that trend topics trend into the viewers, right? I do believe having your personal business site's a good thing. You read posts or do things in that nature. So to answer that, yeah, having your individual influencing account, it's a better run for it, I believe, because everyone who's viewing you is viewing you for what you do in your niche, right? So it's if you see a content creator who's doing only say making food, so you follow him because he's making food. Then what he uses is basically influencing the people to get into the product.
Right. And I've been seeing this trend in social media for a while now where there are people who have their own personal accounts, but who are pretty well known within, the promotional products industry or whatever industry that they're in. And they use these personal accounts that represent their brand, and they're getting more engagement, more sales even from these personal accounts than if they were to use the business account that maybe has far more followers but isn't as engaged as these other smaller influencer accounts that I feel like you're doing. You're Jimmy Capco in, TikTok. You're Jimmy Capco in Instagram, but I see your content also on Sportsman Cap and Bag. It doesn't do as well there. It does really well though on your individual personal accounts.
Mhm.
So I
It,
think that's a really good approach you know to take if you're somebody who is going to really jump onto social networks like Instagram and TikTok, and you know you have a lot of time to spend on social media. I think that might be an approach to do. Do you agree with that?
I do. I definitely do agree with that. Definitely. I mean, having everyone thinks social media is so simple. You just post and things like that. It's actually a lot of work. You
It is
might.
a lot of
It's
work.
like a full-time job. It's like, what do you create to like really have these followers and watch you? So for me, I think one of our tactic is to I create, and I do say recently Sportsman has posted a video and it did really well, very well on the view hits. So it's how you trend it out, what they view and what they see is really trending. So if you trend well, you're gonna get that like. So
Nice. So you're in New York City, correct?
yes, I am.
So do you get a lot of inspiration from being in the city?
I do, and I do run into a lot of influencers in New York City.
Tell
I
me something. Tell me a story about that.
so New York City, when you walk down the street, you'll just see so many people making different type of content. And I think recently, a couple of weeks back, I posted something, and I was actually filming, and I had my tripod, and I see this girl literally trying to film, and you can see her doing it. And what my post is, I should have lent her my tripod because she was
Oh, I
trying
saw that
to.
one. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, and from there, I think a couple of nights ago, I saw these dancers, and they're really good. So you see a lot of people out in the city making content, and it's very fun. I love making content in front of people. I think that's the best engagement to see and to do what you love in front of people. I mean, people are randomly like just staring at you. It's the attention you get. So
Right, right. Yeah, and I see a lot of your content is, you in New York City, and you're giving me like, these nostalgic vibes because I grew up in North Jersey, spent a lot of time in New York City, and now I'm down in the Philadelphia area. But
mhm.
there's nothing like being in New York City in Times Square, where I've seen you like take some videos, and I'm just like, man, I wish I was back up there. So we do have a couple more comments from Stephanie Rivera. She writes she loves your TikTok, so she's familiar with your
Thank you.
content. Do you know Stephanie?
I do not. Hi,
Oh, okay.
Stephanie. Do I? Do I? I'm sorry if I. Do I?
She knows your stuff.
Thank
Um,
you.
and then she also has a comment. Do you cross post?
Do I cross post? Is
Yeah,
that?
I think you do. I think I've seen you post your TikToks on
Yeah,
Instagram, right?
I do.
Yeah, I mean we do that too. To me, I feel like there's a lot of value in what TikTok provides, in that you can share the exact content that you create in TikTok. And I feel like TikTok is the most powerful studio of
Hmm.
all the platforms. Instagram is okay, but I feel like what you can do in TikTok is no other network can touch TikTok,
Oh
right?
yeah.
The fact that they allow you to repost on different networks is awesome. Now,
Hmm.
I've tried to repost stuff from TikTok onto Instagram, and it's been shot down because whatever video rights they have in TikTok or audio rights they have in TikTok, they don't have in Instagram, and
Hmm.
it'll get deleted. But for the most part, I don't have much in the way of trouble reposting TikTok, and that's the beauty of TikTok. You can create content there and share it elsewhere. That was my first hang up, a couple years ago when I interviewed somebody and they were doing TikToks. I was like, can you repost? Can you share? And the fact that TikTok allows that is a huge bonus to people in our industry who may not have time. You can create content in TikTok and then just reuse it onto other networks that you have followings.
Correct. You can. Yes.
Yep. So Stephanie says hi, and she also says, I am new to the industry. Well, welcome to the industry, Stephanie. I'm glad that you are, you know, part of our show today. And, if you ever need any advice for social media, you can reach out to myself or you can reach out to Jimmy. Um, you know, Now, Jimmy, I got to ask, final fun question before we end our chat today. What's your favorite thing to do in New York City?
I mean, New York City is such a great place. I mean, it's so broad and you have so much things to do. So, I mean, just even walking down the street, I think the best part is just to walk down the street and not driving or anything, just walking, seeing all the views and doing different things. So, I think as a content creator, the city has the most value because you could do so many things in different places. I don't like, I think the one video I was very ballsy. I did was I don't know if you saw it. I jumped out of the car in Queensboro Bridge and I filmed during traffic. And I'm
I don't know
like,
if I saw that one. No.
so I did the literally it was a traffic wait, but it was still like two cars ahead, and you can see that you don't hear the horn because it's a mute. So
Right.
these are things that I enjoy doing. So that's why City offers so much. Even though you do little things, people understand it, and it's just great content. So, yeah.
Favorite bars? Any favorite bars in New York City?
Oh my gosh, there's so many here, huh? I think Hell's Kitchen is one of my favorite areas to be in.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
was Greenwich Village guy. I was, down there a lot. I don't even know if some of the bars that I used to go to are still there. There was one called Down the Hatch. It was like a little downstairs bar. You couldn't even tell it was a bar. You
Uh-huh.
walk by, it was unassuming, but boom, you get in there. Atmosphere for days. Great drinks, crowds. Oh man, the good times.
Yeah,
The good times of the '90s.
there's
So many good times.
there's a lot of bars. I mean, I think Greenwich right now is blooming right now after COVID. It's one of the
Yeah,
more
I mean,
popular spots.
yeah, I mean it's certainly changed. I haven't been up there in the last 2 years. I'm excited to get back though once things get back to quote unquote normal.
Come on
Um,
over. We'll make a
yeah,
video and have a drink at the bar.
there we go. We'll TikTok together. I never thought I would say that. Yeah, we'll get together and make a TikTok. Two
Look,
years ago, I was like, TikTok is not a network I'm ever going to be on, and here I am on TikTok more more often than my daughter is, who she's on TikTok all the time. But
yeah.
man, how things have changed. All right, Jimmy, before we get going, tips for people who want to jump on trends.
I just say just continue to just browse and discover and see what's out there, trend topics. Follow the discovery option as well too. There's a lot on the discovery option, but end of the day, the trend that you follow is what you like, right? So if you have a niche of certain type of trends, just continue to watch it. I think it brings you into your For You pages. So all my trends that all the videos that I do make are the things I actually like, and I actually laugh and I watch the whole video multiple times.
Right.
So that's what I think. The best way is to have fun, love it, be yourself, and that's how you do it.
Great advice, Jimmy. Thank you so much today. Now, if anybody wants to get a hold of you, how can they do that?
You can follow me. You can email me. My social platform is pretty simple. It's Jimmy_Capco is my IG, TikTok. I think Facebook, there's no underscore, so it's Jimmy Capco. And my email is jimmycapco@gmail.com. So I'm making it very easy for
Yes,
everyone
yes.
to catch me.
That's the best way, man. It's like, if you can keep consistency across all platforms,
Yes.
that you're gonna have a winning formula. And Rich just asked, "What's your TikTok?" And I think we just answered that. Jimmy Capco.
Yes.
Ours is ASI Central. You guys can check us out. But again, Jimmy, thank you so much for your time today. This has been a great conversation.
It was a pleasure. Thank you, Vinny, for inviting me.
Absolutely. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Happy St. Patrick's Day,
Grab a drink
guys.
tonight.
Cheers.